You're tuned in to WeTalkRadio Network.
Welcome. It is Kia D tonight. I'm live. I love hearing me talk. Y'all just don't know. That's why I talk all night. That's why I got a 2-hour show, 3 nights a week. Okay. We've got, of course, T. Smiley, CP, Big Joe. We've got May T, who will be here as well. She hasn't been here in a while, but she'll be here tonight. We also have the incredible AT Black that is joining us tonight. Well, this story is about a young lady, a very young lady, who is 80 years old, and she decided that she was going to be driving with cocaine, and she got pulled over. And then they seized 80 pounds.
80 pounds.
She was 67. She wasn't 80. I'm sorry. She was 67. They caught her with 80 pounds of cocaine in her vehicle, in her possession. 80 pounds. 67-year-old woman. In a traffic stop.
In a traffic stop. So it was random. So they weren't even really looking for her.
Yep. She was on her way back to Tennessee.
Now you're that old. It's so many questions. You're that old. How many times have you done it and got away with it? Because if you're that old doing it, I'm sure that wasn't your first time, especially in you moved to 80. I'm sure that wasn't your first time.
And so it was actually just doing a random traffic stop. You know, the traffic stop was conducted by, a particular, several deputies, of course, 2 deputies or whatever were in a car, and they saw a white Chevrolet SUV. And they made contact with the SUV. They pulled over the SUV. 67-year-old female driver said she was on her way back to Tennessee. They asked if they could search the vehicle. She denied consent. Deputies called in the K-9 to search the vehicle. K-9 alerted to the presence of narcotics. The search of that vehicle came up with 34 bundles of cocaine, which is 80 pounds, and which is a street value of $1 million.
Whoa!
Dang.
Wow.
That sounds like a movie that's based out of Dallas called Blood Diamond.
I got a question. Have y'all ever been so tired that you could literally fall asleep anywhere? Does that happen to you? I know people that fallen asleep in strange places before, but there was one woman who actually fell asleep inside of the grocery store, literally, and she was arrested for it. They arrested her. But she was also a little drunk. She was publicly intoxicated. Anyway,
I was gonna say they didn't arrest her for being in the store after hours. It sounded like something else you got arrested for.
So a woman actually was arrested after police say she was found sleeping while standing in the deli section.
How do you guys feel about your privacy and your security on your devices, your phones, the sites that you're on, and everything like that, encryption and all of that type of stuff? How do you feel? Do you think the tech industry is working to make sure that they are to make sure that your information is private, that no one can get into it and everything like that? Do you think they're doing a good job with that? Well, to tell you the truth, their trying is very good, and the government doesn't like it. They sent a warning to tech giants, telling them, including Apple and Facebook, that they want to pass legislation to regulate the encryption of the privacy of the data that we pass every day. So basically what's happening is the government's saying, hey, listen, you guys are working well and you're encrypting everything too much, but I can't get into it because we're the good guys. We're the FBI. We're the cops. So what they want the tech companies to do is lessen the amount of encryption, giving access to the police and the government so that way they can go and try to find criminals. Now, I understand what this is. I posted about it today. It really bothered me, So basically, the government. I have a tech company. They'll fine the hell out of us for not providing a high level of privacy through encryption. But now they want to force us to weaken that encryption for them and the police to gain access. Really? I mean, listen, I do understand the spin, but basically, Congress is charging us tech companies with harboring criminals without actually saying it. But there's no way to weaken the encryption for the good guys when, like you said, the bad guys can just gain access and get in there too because everybody's really smart.
Absolutely.
And that will victimize and compromise innocent users' accounts and devices. So you know what their statement was? Their statement was, concluding this, was by this time next year, meaning December of 2020, by this time next year, or shall I say this year, if you haven't found a way that you can live with weaker encryption, we will impose our will on you. That was a quote from Senate Judiciary Committee Chairman Lindsey Graham. What do you think about that?
Wow.
And I think all of our information after December is going to be in jeopardy. That's what I think. Everything we talk about, everything we do is going to be, it possibly has the potential of being traced or listened to. Or because if they have the ability to access your phone, they can figure out if you FaceTime right then and there and be up in your FaceTime call. So this is in my real quick, and this wasn't even a story, but I really want to tell you guys this. Did y'all know? First of all, who's ever been pulled over by the cops?
Everybody.
Okay. Sounds fair. It sounds really fair. I have never noticed.
What are you talking about?
I can't. Lord. How you get pulled over on the bus, Black? Help me, Jesus. Listen.
What had happened? I had told them. I had lied to the cops. I told them I had 3 cars, and they didn't believe it because they were like, "Hey, your name is not, Anyway, yeah.
I can't lie with you. Okay, so
they were gonna take me in for lying to the police officer. They laughed so hard, so they let me go.
I've been pulled over by the cops. I have never noticed that the cops touch the back of your car. Have you ever noticed that they touch the back of your car?
No.
That is protocol. That's what they always do. I learned that down in Harris County at the Sheriff's Department and stuff. Yeah.
That is protocol. It is protocol. One of the things that is a procedure protocol for officers to do when they get out of the car and when they're approaching your car, they touch the back of your car for 2 reasons. Black, don't. I'm going to give everybody a chance. You don't say because you may know the reason. Do y'all know possibly why?
I'm letting my do it.
Okay. Do y'all know possibly why? One of the 2 or 2 reasons. Do you know why they might? There are 2 reasons. Do you know why they might touch the back of your car? Go ahead, anybody.
They marking your
one
car.
reason so they marking your car with their fingerprints in case you try to run or any darn thing with their fingerprints so they can.
That's one. You got it. What's the other one?
And to see if the person's in the trunk and gonna hit back.
To see if it. Or to see if it comes open.
Be ready and Big Joe, y'all are true criminals. Y'all have proved it today. Ding, ding, ding. Y'all are both correct. On both answers, okay? The reason why they touch your car is because they want to leave their fingerprint just in case something happens. And number 2, they want to make sure your trunk is closed just so nobody will pop out on them as they're trying to do their thing with you. Absolutely right. Boy, y'all, I'm so proud of my WeTalk Radio host. I don't know what to do. Boy, y'all something else. Amen. All right. I got to thank y'all for tuning in, making WeTalk Radio your #1 listening station all across the globe. We appreciate the love. We appreciate you for hanging out with us all night long. This is the KiaDUnplugged show right here on WeTalk Radio Network.
Now, this song is going out to all of you